for sure. Oh my God. All right. I actually want to give a shout out to our bartenders, John and Hayes.
Yes!
They work so hard. I've never seen a bartender so hyped about two things, last call and happy endings. He's like, yeah! I'm like, fuck yeah, brother! Oh, man. I love the fact that Tony P called me gay in front of everyone. Who isn't gay in Taos? Nah, I don't believe it. I mean, he's like out here looking like a January 6th ninja. Oh, man. But yeah, I came here all the way an hour and a half from Santa Fe, which is, yeah, no, it doesn't deserve an applause, not at all. But, no, it's weird, right? Because I never felt like I was a good representation of Santa Fe. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just as brown and small as this building's. I feel like the architect was just like, huh, let's make this place as brown as the people we want to kick out of here. Thank you. I didn't expect that. It wasn't even that funny. Anyways, I like it here in Taos. I know everyone talks about it though. It's the Taos hum, which is like right behind me. Yeah. So everyone's like, hey, if you're gonna go to Taos, like just beware of the Taos hum. I was like, all right, sounds good. So I went to do a show. After I did a show up here, I was walking to the car and it was very foggy. And my wife was with me, and I was just like, whoa, let's listen out for the Taos hum. She's like, oh yeah. I think I heard it. She's like, I think so too. Oh, fuck! I'm like, what is going on? And it was actually the car next to our car, and then the van was on fire next to that. It actually did. I do love how, actually I have to say one thing. It's fucking cold as shit up here, bro. Jesus Christ. My dick looked like it's wearing a turtleneck, looking like it's about to sell art to me. Like, what the hell, man? But I do love Santa Fe for the fact that it's very dog-friendly. I was at the DeVargas Mall, which is a very dog-friendly mall. I mean, I don't think they allow it, but people do it anyway, because it's Santa Fe. And there was this old lady that was just walking her little Pomeranian, and the Pomeranian just stopped and just took a shit in the middle of the mall. And she was like, Coco, no, Coco, you're better than this. And I laughed too. But then I realized no one has ever said, hey, Gian, you're better than this. I could take a shit in the middle of the mall. No one would say, hey, brother, you're better than this. They'd be like, hey, man, eat more fiber. I actually read a useless fact the other day, and I found out that a dog's not really a man's best friend. It's actually a woman's best friend, and it makes sense. Because the man took it to hunt. I can't hunt for shit. But it was a woman that took it in, bathed it, fed it, took care of it. And that's basically how my marriage started. When I say I had that dog in me, I'm more like a lost puppy. Like, every time my wife leaves the apartment, I don't know what to do, so I whip her and dry hump the couch. Speaking of dogs, though, what about that Luigi guy, bro? Alright? That's a dog, bro. It was like, Mamma Mia, and just shot him like a Then he wanted to celebrate it. Have the McRib, because it's back, baby. And someone was out there mid-stitching, bro. Oh, man. And you know what? I do like McDonald's, even though if I was ever to commit a crime, I will not go there right after. But don't you hate it? Where where you're in a rush to go to work and you're like, hey, I'm hungry, I'm going to get some breakfast. You go through the drive-thru and all of a sudden it's Donald Trump on the drive-thru. You know you're going to be fucking late because he's not going to shut the fuck up. Like, welcome to McDonald's. The only McDonald's really of Donald Trump. Can I get? Oh, we have all the burgers. We have quarter pounds, Big Macs. We got nuggies. I said nuggies. Yeah, anything else is fake news. I know who killed the guy. Oh, come on, that was a good callback. Anyway. No, you know, it's weird, right? Especially that being a male Latino, I feel like now they're pointing the finger at me now that he's president. Because now they got a majority male Latino voters. And now I'm getting hate from everyone that looks like this guy. From both sides of the political compass. And it's, you know, and I do get it. Like, there's sometimes, like, I'm trying to convince my father, hey, dude, it's like, not everyone's Latino or Latina, it's Latinx. I don't give a fuck where my grandchildren, bro. And to tell you the truth, I don't blame him, right? Because, like, for the longest, I thought it was pronounced Latinx. And I thought it was just an exotic cat that does landscaping. Did you guys have a good holiday season? No? Woo! Yeah? Whoa. Yeah, not me. That's it. You know, so I decided to go to Atlanta to visit my father for the holidays because he wanted to, you know, he was high most of my time, you know, which is okay. You know, like as a Latino, they're like, okay, rub dirt in it. Who gives a shit? Move on, right? I couldn't. But, you know, I was just like, I don't mind the guy. But then after that trip, I can't fucking stand him. Because, like, I don't know, now he's like this cheery, go-lucky guy. He's just happy all the time. Now he's like 7 years sober from pills, and he's like, I am so proud of you to get back into comedy. What a fucking liar. You know he's not fucking legit, bro. And, you know, and the thing is, like, during that whole week, I was just kind of, like, unpackaging my childhood. And, you know, it was the last night, and I was just having this really deep conversation with my wife. And I was like, oh, that's why I'm doing the things that I do. That's why the way I am. And, like, you know, I was just having so much trouble just understanding it. And my wife was just like, hey, it's 1 a.m. We're traveling tomorrow. Get some rest. And we'll talk about it on the flight back. So I was like, okay. So then there was just deep silence. And then I just hear a tapping from outside. I was like, is that a fucking ghost? And my wife was like, don't worry, we're not in Taos right now. I was like, I checked outside, there was nothing. And then it just keep going. And then I realized the architecture in Georgia, the walls are so thin. I just realized my father was having sex down the hall. And I was like, I am my father's son. He's only gonna last 2 minutes. But he kept going, 15 minutes going on. And I was like, okay, these walls are thin. I'm going to have to do something that will just kill the mood. So I just farted as loud as I could. He goes even faster. And he goes out for 30 minutes. And at that point, I was like, that boy. Still got it in him. So I work in the service industry in Santa Fe. And I know, typical, I work as a barista down there. And I always feel weird, right? Because my father, he's a war veteran. My father's father is a war veteran. And I'm out there trying to make swans and lattes. My father had to, like, lead a troop of men through the so to make sure there are no mines, and so they don't get exploded. And I'm here going, this is so hard. Do you guys actually believe in shared tipping? No. No. Wait, are you from here?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's why, yeah. Sure. Me neither. But there are some cases, right, where you're feeling lazy, and if you're working with someone that's good, you're like, cool, I can rely on this person. But it affects if they're not really that enthusiastic to work. But if they're too enthusiastic to work, it actually affects your tips negatively too. So I was working at this place that sold crepes. And it was a window, like people could see us. And it was in the mall, and like I'm the barista there, and then there was the crepe chef who got really into his job. And he would just yell at people. He'd be like, uh-oh, there's a crepist on the loose. Man. I actually got another useless fact for you guys. Have you guys ever tried cassava or yuca?
Yes.
It's fucking delicious, right?
Ooh, yes.
For those who don't know, yuca is a root vegetable. But if you actually eat it raw, you can die from cyanide poisoning. Yeah, I know, right? You get educated, my son. You're welcome. Imagine how they found out, though. Someone just was walking by, saw it, eats it, dies. Then the second person was the person who saw that and was like, what a bitch. Also dies. And I think he kept on going, And that's how toxic masculinity can be the death of us. I know, because I would die eating that. No, but, you know, for the longest time I worked at an office job, and I didn't really, like, do much. All I did was just scroll through emails or look up these useless facts. And I had this one boss, and I couldn't stand her. And she always had a quote underneath her emails. And it was, alone, we can do so little. But together, we can do so much. Helen and Keller. I don't think she said that. Oh, you guys have been terrific. Actually, I am originally from Puerto Rico. Thank you. I am trash. Nah, I'm not trash. Oh, I am trash from an island. But, so my first job when I came to the States in 2017, I was a housekeeper. That doesn't surprise any of you. And it was crazy, man. Being a housekeeper, housekeepers know how to party, bro. Once you leave your weed or your drinks at the hotel room, we're taking it to our dorm. And dude, there was so much partying. So much partying. There was so much alcohol, drugs, and even prostitution. And I didn't even get paid much. From housekeeping. And you know, they put the Puerto Ricans with the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans with the Mexicans, just because they didn't want fights. Because, like, we have such a long rivalry in boxing. Like, Mexicans think we're cowards. I'm a coward. But not all of us are. And then Puerto Ricans think Mexicans are cheaters. And I'm married to one, and I know that is an effect. And then gringos are just upset because they're just waiting for the towels and can't tell the difference who the fuck is who. Now, I actually got like 2 stories from my housekeeping days. So I was working the room. I was up in the floors. It was just the overnight shift. And I get a call from the room, from the office, and the person was like, hey man, this room needs let's say room 216 needs towels. And I was like, cool, I'll be there. I get towels, I go up to that room. And then I saw the door was halfway open. So I call the dispatcher and I'm like, hey, just letting you know, the door's halfway open. Can I still come in? And the guy's like, yeah, he gave you full permission to come in. Don't worry, just drop off the towels. I was like, sick. Awesome. So I knock on the door. Housekeeping. Just to go on new business. And I hear, come in. I was like, oh no, he's disabled. So I walk into the room, and I see a naked-ass old man masturbating on the bed. He looks at me. I look at him. He shrugged and kept going. Who the fuck shrugs, bro? I never felt so flattered and insulted at the same time. There's this other time too. Oh man, you guys have been terrific. So the bosses found out that I could speak English, so they put me in the office. And I was working the overnight shift still, and my roommate, who hated the job, was working the floors. I get a call from one of the rooms, and it was him. And I was like, hey, what's up, bro? And he goes, hey, man, there's shit on the floor. And I was like, cool, man, pick it up. He's like, no. There's legit human shit on the floor. And I was like, oh, I'll be there. I get in the room. There was shit on the walls, shit on the floor, heroin needles, sex toys everywhere. And I was like, holy shit. How can they afford all this? So I was like, okay, we're going to have to call security. Especially because the lockbox couldn't open, so we were like, this is sketchy. So we call security. Security gets there. He's like, call the real police. And he walks away. So we call the police. I say, hey, there's a lockbox that can't open. This room is sketchy as fucking. Please come in. We're like, we'll be there. So the police arrived with their saw, and they saw the room, and they were like, holy shit. How can they afford all this? I was like, I know, let's not waste time. Can you please open this? They're like, sure. So they open the box, right? Can anyone give me a guess what's in that box?
Pooping, news, heroin.
No.
The old man masturbating.
That was a good moment. It was a drill down.
Oh.
A drill is a drill?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So then the police was just like, they saw the drill down. They saw the drill down. They picked it up, and they're like, hey, Steve, can you take a picture of me with this? So I quit and took the dildo with me. They did call me gay for a reason. Nah. Any short kings in the building tonight? No? Short kings? Short kings. Yeah, but okay. Alright, we're kings. I was gonna be sad because I thought I was the only short person here. But you know what's funny? Like growing up, we weren't called short kids. You know? When I was growing up, I was just called Yoda. And it was not because I was wise beyond my age. My head was just too big for my body. And I just spoke backwards. And I feel like dating was so fucking hard back then too, bro. You imagine trying to spit game looking up? They're like, you hungry? You want a happy meal? Nah. Dating wasn't easy, bro. Speaking of, I have to, get this out of the way. Did you guys hear about the Guinness Book of World Records yesterday? Was it yesterday or 2 days? No, it was yesterday. A woman had the most amount of sex in 12 hours.
What?
Yeah, in the Guinness Book of World Records yesterday. 1,057 men in 12 hours. Yes. Now, that's a flex for her, but it's not a flex for the guys that were in that 12 hours. How fast were they going? And you imagine you're working for that magazine or whatever the fuck that is, and then, like, your manager's like, hey, I have an assignment for you. You're like, what's up? No. You gotta do it. You're the newest guy here. Actually, I'm married. I've been married for over a year now. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. With consent. Now, I love my wife because we see eye to eye. She's 5'3". Now, we had like a very small like ceremony, and we just went to Cerritos, New Mexico. It was just like me and a couple friends, her obviously. And you know, I was just never the type of guy to really like bachelor parties. Why is it a tradition that your best friend's like, hey brother, I know you have a lifelong commitment starting tomorrow. So why don't we go to a bar full of naked women and get hard together? That doesn't sound fun to me. If anything, that should happen after breakups. But then a friend of mine had like a really good argument against that. And she said, well then, John, you're just going to be sad and broke. And I was like, yeah, but money comes and goes. It's the friends you get hard with along the way. Now that we're friends, am I the only one that's hard right now? All right, I love John. Tip him too, bro. Fuck yeah. First of all, before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Chad Ryder for having me here. Now that you guys have your validation, and we're friends now, so I have this fear that everyone knows I'm severely on the spectrum, but me. And everyone's nice to me because of it, and not because I'm like a cool guy.
Accurate.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. I even feel like my wife is a volunteer worker. As soon as I go to bed, she just clocks out. And she goes home to her real husband. And then he's like, hey, honey, how was your day? Because I assume he's white. And then she's just like, every time I walk into the apartment, he's just dry humping the couch. Man. No, I don't think I'm severely on the spectrum. I probably am, though. If I'm doing this, I totally am. But I do think I smoke a little bit too much weed, for sure. Woo! I know you said no such thing, but I had a panic attack while watching The Little Mermaid the other day. The animated version. Did anyone watch the live action version?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is the crab still Jamaican?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Dude. Can you imagine if it was like a Caucasian crustacean? Just talking about crypto or how they want to fuck Tony P. I wouldn't even want it to be a Puerto Rican crab. They'll be sexually harassing the mermaid the whole time. Just wearing a New York Yankees cap going, Huevo, mami, ¿cómo tú te llamas? You have a boyfriend? You know for a fact, Ursula would not even get fucking close to Ariel, bro. Be 2 bullets, no movie. That's it. Done. then Ariel falls in love with Sebastian. Sebastian falls in love with Ariel. They have like 14 crab little mermaid babies. Then he ghosts her because he's Puerto Rican. Man. How much time do I have? Is this recording right now?
Yeah, you're at 25.
Fuck yeah, brother. Alright. Now, alright, so I'm going to say something very controversial.
Yes.
Go.
There we go. I do believe Michael Jackson died right on time.
Woo!
Hear me out. Why is it that he died a year before Netflix documentaries became a thing? So I have a theory that there was a Michael Jackson from an alternate universe wearing an orange jumpsuit, just moonwalking back in time, warning our Michael Jackson. And I'm Michael Jackson, shot. You're me, I'm you. That's right. Those are your pronouns too. But I ain't got time to waste. Come on now. They got your boy Diddy and R. Kelly too. And soon they gon' get you. Oh! Whatever should I do? Quick, eat this. And it's a piece of rock salad. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, man. You guys boost my self-esteem. I'm coming back around to chat. Alright, I'm going to leave out this one thing. So, I left 3 months before Hurricane Maria went to the island. And it was a really tough time because I had a best friend that was going to go with me to Colorado. But because he just got arrested right before we were going to leave and he got probation, he couldn't leave the island. So, like, I know this is a really dark moment, but we're friends. We're all hard here. So, during that time, you know, he was in 5-year probation, but he couldn't get a job because of his record. He couldn't leave the island because of he got arrested. And so I didn't know the troubles that he was going through, and especially because I couldn't hear from anyone for like 45 days. Anyone. I couldn't contact anyone. So then I found out that he died, unfortunately. Yeah, and I'll tell you how. So he was actually, there was this one time, you know, he's, first of all, he showed me like the beauty behind art, and tragedy plus time equals comedy, but it's also in all art. So I appreciate you guys being here because this is a very, thank you. And I just wanted to say, like, so before I go on, he was drinking with some friends, and they were crossing the street, and I guess the guy that was with them heard his name, and he just stopped, but my friend Ike just kept walking, and then he got hit by a bus. But that's not how he died. No. He dusted himself off, and he goes, yeah, and his beer didn't spill at all either.
Oh my God!
And he yelled, "Yerba mala nunca muere," which means the bad weeds don't die. Like a fucking savage that he is.
Yeah.
Or was. So unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, he actually died doing what he loved. And that was drugs.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, we should live our best moments, just like tonight, how I am with you guys, and just live life to the fullest. You guys are all beautiful. The bad weeds don't die. My name is Gian Hernandez.